Hey beautiful soulmates, do you need clean stitches, perfect fits and stylish designs? Welcome to Stylish Marlene, where fabric turns into fashion. From beginner tips to pro sewing secrets, I'll show you how to sew it right and perfect. Today, I'll be sharing with you guys how to make these beautiful rose ruffles you're seeing right here on the screen. Now, this can be attached to any female garment of your choice, but today I will be fixing it to kiddies wear. Subscribe now and let's create magic with fabric. So first things first, this is the fabric and lining I'll be using for this tutorial. I'm going to set the lining aside and then cut out the dress. So this is the A-shape design. The way I'm folding it determines the width I want for this dress. So after cutting out the A shape, I went ahead to cut the back as well. So this is how the front looks like. Obviously, you can tell that the back is a bit higher than the front on the neckline. After cutting out the lining piece, I also got my organza material of about 3 yards. Now this is where the work lies in. I'm going to be using this to design the flower you're going to see on the dress. So let's dive into the phase 2 of cutting it out. So the first thing you need to do is to determine the side where you want to start cutting from. Do you want to cut horizontally or vertically? Either ways, whichever you want to do, make sure you place the both ends just like this and then fold it again. I had to double fold it to get the accurate measurement and also work faster. You can go ahead and pin it in place at the edges once you're sure you're done folding. So what you want to do now is just to go ahead and arrange the upper part this way. Hold it down with any heavy object you can find and then also make your measurement, okay? So place your tape rule this way and measure out 6 inches. That depends on your preference anyway. So for me, I've gone ahead to mark 6 inches the way you see me doing, and then I drew a line to mark out the 6 inches line. That 6 inches line is supposed to be folded to get 3 inches. Okay, so I'll go ahead now and use that as a template to cut out the rest of the stripe. Okay, so now this is what I had after cutting out long stripes. So this is what I mean by working faster. You don't have to place it on the floor to mark it individually, which is very stressful. I'll cut the rest of the stripes off camera and get back to you guys. Now this is what I have. So this is how everything looks like. I'll go ahead and fold it this way. Okay, so just go ahead and run a stitch all the way down to the length and also trim out the excesses. Okay, you can make it curved on both ends of the stripe. Okay, so go ahead and run a basting stitch to gather it like this, or better still gather it individually when you're stitching. So now we are going to cut out a base for the flower. Now just fold your fabric like this, the way you see me doing, into 2, and also fold it once again to cut out a circle. Now I will cut out a circle of about 7 inches wide. You can see that I folded my tape rule into 2 to divide 7 inches by 2. Okay, so I'm having 3.5 inches, and then I'm marking that as a radius from the tip of the folded fabric, and then I have a circle. Now this is going to be a base for it. After cutting out the duplicates of both the lining piece and the fabric, I have about 6 of them here. I went ahead to stitch it all around on the sewing machine, entirely closing everything all around, and then notch it one after the other. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to create a passage, a hole in which I'm going to turn it from the inside out. Now after you're done, just go ahead and just gently turn it inside out this way, and this is what you get after doing so. After repeating everything for the rest of the circles, this is what the back piece looks like, and I have my base completed right now. So I'm going to iron it out on the pressing table and also run a gathering stitch on my stripes. Okay, so this is the stripe I want to use. For each circle, I'm going to be making use of about 3 stripes, and before stitching, make sure you have a rounded stitch on both ends of the stripe and then trim out the excesses you have around here. You can go ahead and run 2 basting stitches to drag it and gather it, but if you don't have a lot of patience like me, go ahead and run a straight stitch to close the everything, and then get ready to attach it individually and gather it on the circle. Okay, so I'm just going to place it this way and then make sure that the mouth doesn't show, okay, the tip doesn't show, and then I will fold it this way as I stitch so that I create my gathers, and then all I have to do is just to attach the second one wherever the first one ends, and by so doing my effects begin to come to life. So this is what I have after attaching the first one, and then I'm going to attach the second one as well from where the first one ends. Okay, so go ahead and just trim out the excesses you have after stitching, so that way you have a neat finishing. And then all you need to do now is to place the second one underneath the first stitch. Okay, and then continue sewing till you get to the middle and then close it up. I already stitched an orange colored one, and this is what it looks like after I was done closing it up in the middle. You can see how beautiful it looks like. So I'm going to set it aside, and now this is our beautiful rose ruffles. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to attach it to the kiddie's dress, which I drafted earlier. So guys, as you can see, I've attached my lining piece on both the front and the back. Okay, so whatever I did for the front is what I also did for the back, and as you can see that there is a passage for the button, and that will give enough room for the head of the child to pass through. Okay, now I'm going to attach my button at this point, at this place, and the loop will lock it in place. So I have a couple of buttons here for other dresses I'm making, and the next I'm going to do now is to stitch the shoulders. Okay, so for the front piece, you can see that I already completed my neckline. It's very simple. So I'll just go ahead and place the shoulder piece together with the right sides facing each other, just the way you see me doing. And I'll also stitch the armhole. Okay, so after I was done, this is what I have. You can see that the side seams have been closed, so I don't have the time to weave it. That's why I left it this way. I had to close it this way, and you can see that the armhole has been closed as well as the shoulders. So the next thing I'm going to do now is just to turn them on the right sides and then also hem it at the bottom. Okay, so once you're done with that, all you need to do is just to get your ruffles designs, place them at the lower part of the dress, just the way you see me doing. Okay, just like arrange it one after the other, and also get your pin to hold it in place. Now once you're done attaching the front, you can move on to the back piece. Also make sure you've closed the sides of the dress. So to attach this on your garment, all you need to do is to thread your needle. Make sure you're using a medium-sized needle because the small ones can be really painful to work with. So go ahead and knot the ends of your thread and then insert it into the area you want to stitch, and then you have to like make a loop and then you tie it. Okay, secure it twice and then you draw the thread to lock it in place, and that way you have a really tight stitch without having to stitch it on the sewing machine. So just go ahead and do it individually for each of the ruffle designs, and this is what you have after you are done. Can you see how beautiful everything is looking like? You can choose to leave it this way once you're done, or add an extra touch like I did. Okay, I made a bow which I will use to design it and make it more stylish. Okay, this channel is just for stylish designs. You can go ahead and place it on the neckline or on the back of the dress like this, just below the opening we created, and this is how it should look like. Okay, if you want, you can just leave it this way, but for me and the style that was demanded, I'm going to be leaving it at the tip of the shoulder like this. So go ahead and get your needle and thread and tack it in place. So if you've patiently watched this video up to this extent, why not take a pause and subscribe so that you'll be the first to get a notification next time I drop a new video. Now this is what I have after I was done stitching and making this dress. Okay, so this is the bow, I've attached it, and this is the orange one I made alongside this dress. Okay, so tell me, which color would you prefer if you are to choose between these colors I just made? Would you choose the orange one, or are you going to choose the golden dress? Let me know your options in the comment section and tell me what you think about this outfit. Clock it, baby. Is it a yes or a no? Now this is the miniature dress I also made for my baby in the same style. I can assure you guys that she really loves it. I just can't tell how kids tend to know what they really like when they see it. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button and also don't forget to share this video. I'll see you guys in my next video.